Good evening, and welcome. Tonight, there is nowhere you need to be except here. The day has finished its work, and the world is beginning to quiet. Whatever filled your thoughts this morning can gently drift away now, like leaves floating down a slow-moving stream. Take a slow breath in. And let it go. Allow your shoulders to soften. Let your hands rest comfortably. Feel your body becoming a little heavier with every peaceful breath. Now imagine that you are traveling across the wide American countryside. The roads become smaller with every mile, the towns grow quieter, and the air feels fresher. Tall grasses stretch toward the horizon, gently dancing beneath a warm evening breeze. Wooden fences follow the curves of rolling meadows, while old oak trees stand quietly, their branches reaching toward an endless sky. As the sun begins to sink lower, something remarkable appears in the distance. It is a hill unlike any other. Its gentle slopes glow with warm golden light, as though thousands of tiny stars have settled upon the grass. Every blade catches the evening sun, creating waves of shimmering gold that move softly with the wind. The local people simply call it Golden Hill.
No one remembers exactly when the name began. It has simply always been known that way, passed quietly from one generation to the next. Travelers who discovered the hill rarely spoke loudly about it. Somehow, it felt like a place that preferred whispers. A narrow dirt path begins at the foot of the hill. It curves gently upward, never steep or difficult, inviting visitors to slow their pace and leave the busy world behind. As you step onto the path, the sounds of everyday life begin to disappear. Cars fade into silence. Phones no longer exist. Only nature remains. A meadowlark sings somewhere nearby, its gentle melody floating through the evening air. Small butterflies drift lazily between patches of colorful wildflowers. Bees make their final visits of the day before returning to their hives. The breeze carries the sweet scent of fresh grass mixed with blooming flowers and the earthy fragrance of sun-warmed soil. Every step feels lighter than the last. Halfway up the hill, you discover a crystal-clear spring flowing from beneath smooth stones. The water is cool and pure, forming a tiny stream that quietly winds through the meadow before disappearing into the valley below. Beside the spring rests a weathered wooden bench. No one knows who built it. It has been here for decades, perhaps even longer. Its smooth surface tells the story of countless peaceful evenings spent watching sunsets over the rolling American landscape. You sit for a moment. The only sound is the gentle trickle of water flowing over stones. Above, cotton-white clouds drift slowly across a pale blue sky, glowing softly in the golden light of sunset. A family of rabbits quietly emerges from the tall grass. They pause, listening carefully before continuing their evening meal, completely at ease in this peaceful place. Nearby, an old oak tree spreads its wide branches across the hillside. Its trunk is thick and strong, shaped by hundreds of seasons. Each gentle breeze causes thousands of leaves to whisper together in a language older than memory. Some say that if you sit beneath this tree long enough, you begin to hear stories carried by the wind. Not stories spoken with words, but stories told through silence. Stories of peaceful summers. Gentle autumn afternoons. Soft winter snowfalls. Fresh spring mornings filled with birdsong. The tree remembers them all. As evening continues, the sunlight becomes warmer still. The hill seems almost alive with golden color. Waves of grass ripple endlessly before you, moving like a calm ocean beneath the wind. Far below, tiny farmhouses rest peacefully among green fields. Thin trails of smoke rise lazily from old chimneys. Somewhere in the distance, a church bell rings softly, its sound carried gently across the valley. Everything feels calm. Nothing is hurried. Nothing asks anything of you. Golden Hill has always welcomed those who simply wish to rest. The sky slowly begins changing once more. Hints of pink appear along the western horizon. Orange and amber spread gently across the clouds, painting the heavens with soft evening colors. The first cool breeze of night brushes gently across your face. It carries with it the promise of a peaceful evening beneath the stars. You continue walking toward the summit, following the quiet path as it disappears into fields of glowing grass. Ahead, the very top of Golden Hill waits patiently, where the whole countryside can be seen beneath an endless American sky. And as your footsteps grow slower, your breathing grows calmer. Your thoughts become quieter. Golden Hill begins sharing its oldest secret, the beautiful peace that has rested here for countless generations. There is no hurry to discover it. The hill has all the time in the world. And tonight, so do you. Your journey continues at an unhurried pace. The path becomes softer beneath your feet, covered with smooth grass that has been warmed by the afternoon sun. Every step carries you a little higher, and with each gentle breath, the world below seems to grow quieter. The breeze is cool now, carrying the fresh scent of wild sage, pine, and distant streams. Somewhere nearby, a small creek sings its endless song as water slips over smooth stones polished by countless years. Golden Hill seems to welcome every traveler with perfect silence. As you near the summit, the landscape opens before you. Rolling valleys stretch in every direction, fading into soft blue mountains along the horizon. The fields below are divided by winding fences, quiet rivers, and clusters of old trees whose leaves shimmer gently in the evening light. A few horses graze peacefully in distant meadows. They lift their heads only for a moment before returning to the sweet summer grass. There is no rush here. Even the clouds seem content to drift slowly across the wide American sky. At the very top of Golden Hill stands a single ancient oak tree. Its broad branches have watched over this peaceful place for centuries. The bark is deeply textured, marked by time, wind, rain, and sunshine. Yet it stands strong, offering shade during summer days and quiet shelter beneath star-filled nights. Beside the tree rests a smooth stone, warmed by the fading sunlight. You sit upon it. The hill stretches quietly around you. The breeze brushes softly across your face. The sounds of the valley rise gently toward the summit, a distant bird calling home, the rustling of prairie grass, and the faint murmur of a winding river. Slowly, the sun begins its final descent. The western sky glows with warm shades of gold, amber, coral, and soft crimson. Every blade of grass catches the light, making the hillside shine like flowing silk. It becomes easy to understand why this place has always been called Golden Hill. For a few magical moments each evening, the entire landscape seems covered in liquid sunlight. The old oak casts a long shadow across the hill, reaching quietly toward the valley below. Nearby, tiny wildflowers gently close their petals as the day comes to an end. Butterflies settle among the grasses. The bees return to their hidden hives. A family of deer quietly appears at the edge of a nearby grove. The young fawns stay close to their mother as they carefully step into the open meadow. They move gracefully, never disturbing the peaceful rhythm of the evening. The air grows cooler. You pull a light blanket around your shoulders. Above, the colors continue changing. Golden becomes orange. Orange melts into soft pink. Pink fades into lavender. Then slowly, deep blue begins filling the sky. One bright star appears. Then another. Soon dozens sparkle above the quiet countryside. The first evening birds give way to the gentle chorus of crickets. Their peaceful music rises from every corner of the hill, creating a steady rhythm that feels almost like a lullaby. The moon slowly lifts above the eastern horizon. Round and bright, it bathes Golden Hill in soft silver light. The grasses that glowed like gold only moments ago now shimmer with a silvery glow, moving gently beneath the night breeze. Fireflies begin their quiet dance. Tiny lights float above the meadow like drifting stars. Some rise higher into the air before slowly disappearing into the darkness. Others blink softly near the ground, creating little pathways of golden light. Slowly, the sun begins its final descent. The western sky glows with warm shades of gold, amber, coral, and soft crimson. Every blade of grass catches the light, making the hillside shine like flowing silk. It becomes easy to understand why this place has always been called Golden Hill. For a few magical moments each evening, the entire landscape seems covered in liquid sunlight. The old oak casts a long shadow across the hill, reaching quietly toward the valley below. Nearby, tiny wildflowers gently close their petals as the day comes to an end. Butterflies settle among the grasses. The bees return to their hidden hives. A family of deer quietly appears at the edge of a nearby grove. The young fawns stay close to their mother as they carefully step into the open meadow. They move gracefully, never disturbing the peaceful rhythm of the evening. The air grows cooler. You pull a light blanket around your shoulders. Above, the colors continue changing. Golden becomes orange. Orange melts into soft pink. Pink fades into lavender. Then slowly, deep blue begins filling the sky. One bright star appears. Then another. Soon dozens sparkle above the quiet countryside. The first evening birds give way to the gentle chorus of crickets. Their peaceful music rises from every corner of the hill, creating a steady rhythm that feels almost like a lullaby. The moon slowly lifts above the eastern horizon. Round and bright, it bathes Golden Hill in soft silver light. The grasses that glowed like gold only moments ago now shimmer with a silvery glow, moving gently beneath the night breeze. Fireflies begin their quiet dance. Tiny lights float above the meadow like drifting stars. Some rise higher into the air before slowly disappearing into the darkness. Others blink softly near the ground, creating little pathways of golden light. You lean back against the ancient oak tree. Its trunk feels solid and comforting. The leaves overhead whisper quietly whenever the breeze passes through. It almost sounds as though the tree is singing an old bedtime song that only the night can hear. Far below, a few warm lights appear inside distant farmhouses. Families finish their evening meals. A porch light glows beside an old wooden home. Somewhere a gentle wind chime rings once, then grows quiet again. Everything settles peacefully into the night. The stars continue multiplying until the sky becomes a great river of light. The Milky Way stretches from one horizon to the other, brighter than most people ever see in busy cities. Without the lights of towns nearby, every constellation shines clearly. You recognize familiar shapes among the stars, while countless others remain mysterious, quietly watching over the sleeping land below. A gentle breeze brushes across the hill once more. It carries only peace. No worries. No hurried thoughts. Only the simple rhythm of nature continuing exactly as it always has. Golden Hill has witnessed thousands of sunsets just like this one. It has welcomed every sunrise with the same quiet patience. It asks nothing from those who visit. It simply offers a place to breathe, to rest, to listen, and to remember that sometimes the most beautiful moments are the quietest ones. As the moon climbs higher, your eyes grow a little heavier. Your breathing becomes slower. The stars seem softer. The earth beneath you feels warm and safe. Golden Hill keeps its silent watch through the peaceful American night. And somewhere beyond the horizon, tomorrow's sunrise is already waiting. The night has settled gently over Golden Hill. The stars shine with a quiet brilliance, scattered across the great American sky like countless tiny lanterns. The moon hangs high above, bright but gentle, bathing the hill in soft silver light. For a while, you simply rest beneath the old oak tree. Its broad branches sway slowly overhead, their leaves whispering with every passing breeze. The sound is so soft that it feels like nature itself is speaking in a peaceful lullaby. Take a slow breath. Feel the cool evening air filling your lungs. As you breathe out, allow every remaining thought from the day to drift away. There is nowhere else to be. Nothing to finish. Nothing to solve. Only this quiet hill and this peaceful night. After resting for a little while, you notice another narrow path leading away from the summit. It is smaller than the first trail, almost hidden beneath tall grasses and tiny white wildflowers glowing in the moonlight. Curious but completely unhurried, you begin to follow it. The path winds gently down the far side of Golden Hill. On either side, the prairie grass sways like calm ocean waves, silver beneath the moon. Every step is soft, cushioned by the earth that has rested peacefully here for thousands of years. A tiny owl watches from the branch of a pine tree. Its large eyes seem calm and wise. After a quiet moment, it spreads its wings and glides silently into the night, disappearing among the stars. The path continues through a small grove of towering pines. Their fresh scent fills the cool air. Moonlight slips between the branches, creating gentle patterns upon the forest floor. Everything feels still. Even the wind slows down here, as though it, too, wishes not to disturb the peaceful silence. Soon you hear a faint sound. Water. Soft. Steady. Peaceful. The trees begin to open, revealing a small crystal lake resting quietly beneath the stars. Its surface is perfectly smooth. Not a single ripple disturbs the reflection. The moon appears twice, once above you, and once upon the water below. Thousands of stars shimmer across the lake, making it seem as though the entire universe has settled gently onto its calm surface. Along the shoreline grows a blanket of soft green moss. You walk carefully across it, feeling how cool and gentle it is beneath your feet. Nearby, smooth stones line the edge of the lake, polished by centuries of quiet waves. You choose one comfortable stone and sit beside the water. The silence here is unlike any other. It is not empty. It is full of gentle sounds. The occasional splash of a fish beneath the surface. The distant call of a night bird. The whisper of reeds moving with the breeze. The quiet rustling of leaves overhead. Together, they create a peaceful melody that asks nothing from you except to listen. A family of ducks sleeps near the opposite shore. Their heads are tucked beneath their wings as they float together without drifting far. Fireflies continue their gentle dance among the reeds. Their tiny lights blink slowly, reflecting like little stars upon the still water. For a long time, you simply watch. The moon climbs a little higher. The stars slowly shift across the sky. Time feels wonderfully unimportant. You notice something beautiful near the center of the lake. A small wooden rowboat rests quietly beside an old dock. Its weathered wood tells stories of many peaceful evenings. A single lantern hangs from one side of the boat, its warm golden glow reflects gently upon the water, creating a soft ribbon of light that stretches toward the shore. The boat rocks almost imperceptibly. Not because of waves, but because the lake itself seems to breathe. You smile softly. Everything here moves with patience. Nothing rushes. Nothing competes. Nature follows its own quiet rhythm. As you continue gazing across the lake, a gentle mist begins rising from the cool water. It drifts slowly across the surface like a delicate white blanket. The moonlight catches the mist, making it glow softly with silver light. The far shoreline becomes dreamlike, almost magical. Tall pine trees appear as peaceful silhouettes against the star-filled sky. The world seems wrapped in calm. You close your eyes for just a moment. The fresh scent of pine needles. Cool water. Wildflowers. And clean night air fills every breath. Your shoulders relax even more. Your hands feel warm. Your heartbeat becomes slower. The peaceful sounds of the lake become softer and softer. Somewhere far away, a gentle breeze passes through Golden Hill once again. The grasses whisper. The oak tree listens. The little stream continues its endless journey toward the valley. The stars quietly watch over everything below. When you open your eyes again, the moon has climbed even higher into the sky. Its reflection now rests directly in the center of the lake, glowing like a silver pearl. The entire landscape seems suspended between dreams and reality. Golden Hill has become more than a place. It has become a feeling. A place where every breath is calm. Every sound is gentle. Every moment invites peaceful rest. You remain beside the crystal lake, listening to the quiet rhythm of nature, knowing that before long, the first gentle hints of dawn will begin to appear beyond the eastern horizon. But for now, the night is still young. The stars are still shining. And Golden Hill continues to cradle the land in perfect peace. The crystal lake rests peacefully beneath the stars. Its surface remains so still that it reflects the heavens with perfect clarity. The moon glows softly upon the water, while thousands of stars seem to float just beneath the surface, as though another peaceful sky exists below. You remain seated on the smooth stone at the lake's edge. There is no need to hurry. Golden Hill has always believed that the quietest moments are the ones that stay with us the longest. A gentle breeze brushes across the lake, creating tiny ripples that slowly spread outward in graceful circles. The reflections shimmer for a moment before becoming calm once again. Nearby, the old wooden rowboat rocks ever so gently beside the dock. Its small lantern still burns with a warm golden glow. The light is soft, never bright, like a welcoming candle placed in a window on a quiet evening. You walk toward the dock, your footsteps almost silent upon the weathered wooden planks. Each board carries the marks of many peaceful seasons, warm summers, colorful autumns, snowy winters, and gentle springs. The boat waits quietly. You step inside, and it barely moves. It feels steady, safe, and welcoming. Without needing to row, the boat slowly drifts away from the dock, guided only by the soft current and the evening breeze. The lake carries you with effortless grace. The water is so clear that you can see smooth stones resting far below. Tiny fish glide peacefully through the moonlit depths, their silver scales catching the light before disappearing once again into the quiet water. Around the shoreline, tall pine trees stand like gentle guardians. Their reflections stretch across the lake, blending with the stars until it becomes difficult to tell where the forest ends and the sky begins. The night air is cool but comfortable. It carries the sweet scent of pine, wildflowers, and fresh water. You breathe deeply. With every slow breath, your body becomes more relaxed. The little boat drifts toward the center of the lake. Here, the silence feels even deeper. The only sounds are the gentle splash of water against the wooden sides of the boat and the distant song of crickets hidden among the grasses. High above, a shooting star quietly crosses the sky. It leaves behind a faint trail of light before disappearing into the darkness. Soon another follows. Then another. It feels as though the universe itself is quietly saying goodnight. You lean back comfortably. Looking upward, the Milky Way stretches from one end of the sky to the other like a glowing river of tiny diamonds. Without the lights of busy cities, every constellation shines with remarkable clarity. Some have guided travelers for thousands of years. Others simply sparkle in peaceful silence. Golden Hill has watched these same stars every night for countless generations. Long before roads were built. Long before fences crossed the valleys. Long before small farmhouses appeared below. The stars watched over this quiet hill. And tonight, they watch over you. The boat slowly circles back toward the western shore. As it glides across the calm water, you notice something beautiful. Thousands of white water lilies bloom quietly near the edge of the lake. Their blossoms rest gently upon wide green leaves, glowing softly beneath the moonlight. The flowers open only during the peaceful hours of the night. Their sweet fragrance drifts across the water with the breeze. Tiny frogs rest upon the lily pads, occasionally singing gentle notes that blend perfectly with the sounds of nature. The night air is cool but comfortable. It carries the sweet scent of pine, wildflowers, and fresh water. You breathe deeply. With every slow breath, your body becomes more relaxed. The little boat drifts toward the center of the lake. Here, the silence feels even deeper. The only sounds are the gentle splash of water against the wooden sides of the boat and the distant song of crickets hidden among the grasses. High above, a shooting star quietly crosses the sky. It leaves behind a faint trail of light before disappearing into the darkness. Soon another follows. Then another. It feels as though the universe itself is quietly saying goodnight. You lean back comfortably. Looking upward, the Milky Way stretches from one end of the sky to the other like a glowing river of tiny diamonds. Without the lights of busy cities, every constellation shines with remarkable clarity. Some have guided travelers for thousands of years. Others simply sparkle in peaceful silence. Golden Hill has watched these same stars every night for countless generations. Long before roads were built. Long before fences crossed the valleys. Long before small farmhouses appeared below. The stars watched over this quiet hill. And tonight, they watch over you. The boat slowly circles back toward the western shore. As it glides across the calm water, you notice something beautiful. Thousands of white water lilies bloom quietly near the edge of the lake. Their blossoms rest gently upon wide green leaves, glowing softly beneath the moonlight. The flowers open only during the peaceful hours of the night. Their sweet fragrance drifts across the water with the breeze. Tiny frogs rest upon the lily pads, occasionally singing gentle notes that blend perfectly with the sounds of nature. Everything feels wonderfully balanced. Nothing is louder than it needs to be. Nothing demands attention. Everything simply belongs. Eventually, the boat returns to the dock almost as quietly as it left. You step back onto the wooden planks and continue walking along a narrow trail that follows the shoreline. The path is lined with smooth stones that glow softly beneath the moon. Fireflies float lazily among the reeds, blinking their tiny lights like floating lanterns. Ahead, the trail leads to a small meadow hidden between the pine trees. The grass there is soft and covered with tiny white flowers that shimmer beneath the silver light. In the center of the meadow stands a simple wooden swing hanging from the branch of an old maple tree. The ropes are strong but weathered by time. You sit gently upon the swing. With the lightest push, it begins to move. Forward. Then back. Slowly. Smoothly. Each gentle movement feels almost like breathing. The breeze brushes softly across your face. The leaves overhead whisper quietly. The stars continue their endless journey across the sky. Far away, a coyote calls once across the distant valley. Its lonely song soon fades into peaceful silence again. Golden Hill remains calm. The crystal lake rests without a ripple. The pine forest sleeps peacefully beneath the moon. You close your eyes for just a moment. The gentle rocking of the swing. The cool night air. The soft fragrance of flowers. The distant sounds of nature. Everything blends together into a quiet lullaby. Your breathing slows. Your thoughts become lighter. Your body feels wonderfully comfortable. Somewhere beyond the eastern horizon, the first hint of tomorrow waits patiently. But the night still has many peaceful moments to offer. Everything feels wonderfully balanced. Nothing is louder than it needs to be. Nothing demands attention. Everything simply belongs. Eventually, the boat returns to the dock almost as quietly as it left. You step back onto the wooden planks and continue walking along a narrow trail that follows the shoreline. The path is lined with smooth stones that glow softly beneath the moon. Fireflies float lazily among the reeds, blinking their tiny lights like floating lanterns. Ahead, the trail leads to a small meadow hidden between the pine trees. The grass there is soft and covered with tiny white flowers that shimmer beneath the silver light. In the center of the meadow stands a simple wooden swing hanging from the branch of an old maple tree. The ropes are strong but weathered by time. You sit gently upon the swing. With the lightest push, it begins to move. Forward. Then back. Slowly. Smoothly. Each gentle movement feels almost like breathing. The breeze brushes softly across your face. The leaves overhead whisper quietly. The stars continue their endless journey across the sky. Far away, a coyote calls once across the distant valley. Its lonely song soon fades into peaceful silence again. Golden Hill remains calm. The crystal lake rests without a ripple. The pine forest sleeps peacefully beneath the moon. You close your eyes for just a moment. The gentle rocking of the swing. The cool night air. The soft fragrance of flowers. The distant sounds of nature. Everything blends together into a quiet lullaby. Your breathing slows. Your thoughts become lighter. Your body feels wonderfully comfortable. Somewhere beyond the eastern horizon, the first hint of tomorrow waits patiently. But the night still has many peaceful moments to offer. Golden Hill watches quietly beneath the stars, holding every meadow, every tree, every stream, and every traveler in its gentle embrace. And as you rest beneath the wide American sky, sleep begins to feel closer than ever before. The wooden swing slows until it comes to a gentle stop. For a few quiet moments, you simply remain there, listening to the peaceful sounds of the night. The leaves of the old maple tree whisper softly above your head, while the crystal lake reflects a sky filled with countless stars. The air has become cooler now, but it carries a comforting warmth that only a peaceful summer night can bring. Every breath feels fresh, clean, and calm. You stand and continue along the winding trail. It leads away from the lake and through a wide meadow where tall golden grasses sway beneath the moonlight. Fireflies drift lazily around you, their tiny lights blinking on and off like little lanterns floating through the darkness. The path is easy to follow. It curves gently between patches of wildflowers and smooth stones that have rested here for centuries. Soon, you hear another familiar sound. Water. Not the quiet stillness of the lake, but the cheerful song of a small stream making its way through the hillside. You follow the sound until you discover a narrow wooden bridge. It is simple, built from smooth cedar planks, with sturdy handrails polished by time. Moonlight shines upon the bridge, giving the wood a soft silver glow. You step onto it. Beneath your feet, the clear stream flows gently over rounded stones. The water is so transparent that every pebble can be seen resting on the sandy bottom. Small trout glide slowly through the cool current, moving without hurry. You pause in the middle of the bridge. The stream continues its endless journey, just as it has for generations. It reminds you that life is not always about moving quickly. Sometimes, the most beautiful path is the one taken slowly. As you leave the bridge behind, the trail begins to climb once more toward the highest part of Golden Hill. The grasses become shorter here, and the breeze grows a little stronger. Ahead, the ancient oak tree appears once again, standing proudly beneath the stars. It feels like an old friend waiting patiently for your return. You walk beneath its wide branches and rest your hand against its sturdy trunk. The bark is rough beneath your fingertips, yet comforting. How many seasons has this tree witnessed? How many peaceful nights has it spent beneath these same stars? Spring blossoms. Summer sunshine. Autumn leaves. Winter snow. Year after year, the tree has remained, quietly watching over Golden Hill. Nearby lies a smooth blanket of soft grass. You settle down upon it, looking up into the vast night sky. The Milky Way stretches overhead like a glowing ribbon of light. Constellations shine brightly, their patterns unchanged for thousands of years. Somewhere in the distance, an owl calls gently from a pine tree. The sound echoes across the valley before fading into silence. Then all becomes still once again. Far below, the lights of a few quiet farmhouses glow warmly in the darkness. Each window shines like a tiny golden star resting upon the earth. Perhaps families are already asleep. Perhaps someone is reading a favorite book beside a fireplace. Perhaps a rocking chair moves gently on an old wooden porch. The thought brings a quiet smile. Golden Hill watches over them all. A soft breeze moves through the oak leaves. They rustle together like pages of a beloved storybook. The hill seems to whisper its oldest lesson. There is beauty in slowing down. There is peace in simply being. There is comfort in knowing that the earth continues its gentle rhythm whether we hurry or not. You close your eyes for a moment. You can feel the cool grass beneath you. You can hear the whisper of the wind. You can smell the fresh scent of pine and wildflowers. Every sense reminds you that you are safe. The moon continues its slow journey across the sky. Its silver light bathes Golden Hill, the crystal lake, the winding stream, the wooden bridge, and the quiet valleys below. Nothing has changed. And yet everything feels even more peaceful than before. Somewhere beyond the eastern horizon, the first birds are still sleeping, waiting for dawn. The flowers rest quietly with their petals closed. The deer lie peacefully beneath the trees. Even the breeze seems softer now. Golden Hill itself appears to be dreaming. Perhaps it dreams of every traveler who has found comfort here. Perhaps it dreams of tomorrow's sunrise, when golden light will once again flow across its gentle slopes. Or perhaps it simply dreams of peace. You take one last deep, slow breath. The stars continue to shine. The night remains calm. The ancient oak stands watch in perfect silence. Wrapped in the gentle embrace of Golden Hill, you feel completely relaxed, as though the peaceful heartbeat of nature has become your own. And somewhere, far beyond the quiet horizon, the first faint promise of morning is patiently waiting, ready to greet another beautiful day. You close your eyes for a moment. You can feel the cool grass beneath you. You can hear the whisper of the wind. You can smell the fresh scent of pine and wildflowers. Every sense reminds you that you are safe. The moon continues its slow journey across the sky. Its silver light bathes Golden Hill, the crystal lake, the winding stream, the wooden bridge, and the quiet valleys below. Nothing has changed. And yet everything feels even more peaceful than before. Somewhere beyond the eastern horizon, the first birds are still sleeping, waiting for dawn. The flowers rest quietly with their petals closed. The deer lie peacefully beneath the trees. Even the breeze seems softer now. Golden Hill itself appears to be dreaming. Perhaps it dreams of every traveler who has found comfort here. Perhaps it dreams of tomorrow's sunrise, when golden light will once again flow across its gentle slopes. Or perhaps it simply dreams of peace. You take one last deep, slow breath. The stars continue to shine. The night remains calm. The ancient oak stands watch in perfect silence. Wrapped in the gentle embrace of Golden Hill, you feel completely relaxed, as though the peaceful heartbeat of nature has become your own. And somewhere, far beyond the quiet horizon, the first faint promise of morning is patiently waiting, ready to greet another beautiful day. Golden sunflowers that now rest with their heads bowed for the night. Purple lupins swaying gently in the cool air. Nearby stands a small stone well, built long ago by hands that cared deeply for this quiet place. Clear water rests at the bottom, reflecting the moon and the stars above. You lean over carefully and watch the reflection. For a moment, it feels as though you are looking into another peaceful world. A world where the stars float beneath your feet. A soft breeze passes once more. The windmill turns quietly. The grasses whisper. Far away, a gentle fox crosses the meadow. Its reddish coat glows softly beneath the moonlight before it disappears silently into the tall grass. Nothing is afraid here. Everything belongs. You continue along the ridge until you reach a circle of smooth stones arranged around a tiny hilltop meadow. In the center grows a patch of fragrant lavender. The sweet scent fills the cool night air, calming every breath. Small moths flutter lazily from flower to flower. Unlike butterflies of the day, they move with quiet grace beneath the moon. You sit beside the lavender. Closing your eyes, you listen carefully. At first, there seems to be complete silence. But slowly, you begin to notice the hidden music of the night. The distant chirping of crickets. The soft rustle of grasses. The gentle turning of the windmill. Leaves whispering high above. A tiny stream flowing somewhere beyond the hill. Each sound joins together in perfect harmony. No instrument. No orchestra. Only nature composing its endless lullaby. Time seems to disappear completely. Minutes feel like moments. Moments feel timeless. Golden Hill has no need to hurry the night. The moon will cross the sky at its own peaceful pace. The stars will slowly wheel overhead, just as they have for countless generations. And soon, very soon, morning will begin to wake beyond the eastern horizon. But not yet. For now, the world still sleeps. The valleys remain wrapped in silver mist. The forests dream beneath their tall pines. The crystal lake reflects every star without a ripple. The ancient oak continues its quiet watch. And Golden Hill holds all of it in gentle silence. You take one final walk to the highest point of the ridge. From here, the entire countryside stretches before you like a peaceful painting. You can almost imagine the first golden rays of sunrise waiting patiently beyond the horizon, ready to paint the grasses once again with warm light. But until then, the night remains soft. The breeze remains gentle. And Golden Hill continues to whisper the same timeless promise it has offered every traveler who has ever wandered its peaceful paths. You are safe. You are welcome. You may rest. As those quiet words settle gently into your heart, your breathing becomes slower, your body grows heavier, and sleep drifts a little closer, carried on the cool American night breeze. The longest part of the night has gently passed. Without anyone noticing exactly when it happened, the darkness begins to soften. The stars are still shining above Golden Hill, but along the far eastern horizon, a faint ribbon of pale silver appears. It is the first quiet promise of a new day. Nothing rushes. Morning always arrives with patience. You remain standing on the highest ridge of the hill, wrapped in the peaceful silence that has surrounded you throughout the night. The cool breeze still carries the fresh scent of pine, lavender, and dew-covered grass. The moon hangs lower now, slowly preparing to give the sky back to the rising sun. One by one, the brightest stars begin to fade. Not because they disappear, but because the growing light gently welcomes them home. A soft mist rises from the valleys below. It drifts across the meadows like a white blanket, wrapping the streams, wildflowers, and quiet forests in a dreamlike glow. Golden Hill watches peacefully. The ancient oak tree stands exactly where it has always stood, its branches stretching toward the brightening sky. Tiny drops of dew cling to every leaf, sparkling whenever the first hints of daylight touch them. You begin walking slowly toward the eastern side of the hill. The familiar path feels even softer now. Each blade of grass is covered with cool morning dew that glistens like tiny diamonds. Wildflowers, closed through the night, begin opening their petals. White daisies lift their cheerful faces. Purple lupins gently awaken. Golden sunflowers slowly turn toward the coming light, patiently waiting for the first warm rays of the sun. The air feels wonderfully fresh. It carries the peaceful scent of damp earth, blooming flowers, and clean mountain air. You pause beside the little stream you crossed earlier. Its crystal-clear water flows gently over smooth stones, singing the same quiet melody it has sung every morning for centuries. A robin lands nearby. It tilts its head for a moment before singing the first morning song. Soon another bird answers from a distant tree. Then another. Within a few peaceful minutes, Golden Hill fills with gentle birdsong. Not loud. Not hurried. Just soft voices welcoming a brand new day. the eastern sky changes once again. Silver becomes pale pink. Pink slowly blends into soft peach. Peach melts into warm shades of gold. The colors spread higher and higher until the clouds begin glowing like gentle brushstrokes painted across the heavens. You continue climbing toward your favorite place beneath the ancient oak. When you arrive, the tree seems to greet you once again with the quiet whisper of its leaves. You sit comfortably beneath its wide branches. From here, you can see the entire valley. The mist slowly begins to lift. Farmhouses emerge one by one. The winding river catches the growing light. The crystal lake becomes visible once again, smooth as polished glass. Even the old windmill on the distant ridge seems ready to welcome the morning. Then, the moment finally arrives. The first edge of the sun rises above the distant hills. Golden light spills gently across the countryside. The rays stretch slowly over forests, streams, meadows, and quiet farms until they finally reach Golden Hill itself. Instantly, the hillside begins to glow. Every blade of grass catches the sunlight. Tiny drops of dew sparkle like thousands of tiny jewels. The golden prairie sways gently in the morning breeze, creating waves of light that ripple across the hill. Now you truly understand its name. Golden Hill is not simply a place. It becomes golden with every sunrise, just as it has for countless generations. Butterflies appear as if by magic. Bluebirds flutter from branch to branch. A family of deer quietly walks through the meadow, their coats shining warmly in the morning light. The rabbits emerge from their hidden burrows. Bees begin their gentle work among the flowers. Life awakens slowly, peacefully, and exactly on time. There is no rush. Nature never hurries. Yet somehow, everything is always accomplished. You close your eyes for one final moment beneath the ancient oak. The warmth of the rising sun touches your face. The gentle breeze moves through your hair. The birds continue their cheerful morning songs. The stream flows quietly nearby. Golden Hill has shared its greatest gift with you. Not treasure. Not adventure. Not excitement. But something far more precious. Stillness. Peace. The simple joy of watching one beautiful day begin. As you breathe slowly, you carry that peaceful feeling deep within your heart, knowing it will remain with you long after you leave this quiet American hill. And somewhere, just beyond the golden meadow, another gentle path waits to be discovered, inviting you to continue your peaceful journey through this timeless landscape. The meadow feels endless. It stretches toward distant hills that rise gently against the clear blue sky. Beyond them, snow-capped mountains appear like peaceful guardians watching over the countryside. You continue walking until you discover a small wooden fence surrounding an old apple orchard. The trees are mature now, their wide branches heavy with crisp red and golden apples. Many generations have cared for this quiet place. The orchard has never grown large. It has never sought attention. It simply offers fruit each season with quiet generosity. You walk slowly between the rows of trees. Sunlight shines through the leaves, creating gentle patches of light upon the soft grass below. A pair of songbirds has built a tiny nest among the branches. Their gentle chirping reminds you that every creature has found its peaceful place here. Near the center of the orchard stands a weathered wooden table. Upon it rests a simple basket filled with fresh apples, as though someone has quietly left them there for any traveler who might pass by. You choose one. Its skin shines warmly in the morning sunlight. The first bite is sweet and refreshing. It tastes of sunshine, fresh air, and peaceful mornings. You sit beneath one of the old apple trees, enjoying the cool shade while the breeze gently moves through the branches overhead. The leaves create soft whispers that sound almost like a lullaby, even in the brightness of day. Nearby, a narrow stream winds peacefully beside the orchard. Tiny dragonflies glide gracefully above the surface, their delicate wings sparkling whenever they catch the sunlight. Everything around you feels wonderfully simple. No crowds. No noise. No hurry. Only the quiet gifts of nature. The warmth of the sun. The fragrance of blooming flowers. The gentle music of flowing water. The comforting shade of old trees. Golden Hill has shown you that true beauty is often found in ordinary moments, moments that ask only for your attention and your gratitude. As the morning slowly becomes late morning, fluffy white clouds drift lazily across the wide American sky. Their shadows move gently over the meadows, forests, streams, and distant farms, painting the countryside with shifting patterns of light and shade. You look back toward the hill. From here, its golden slopes glow beautifully beneath the sunshine. The ancient oak still stands proudly at the summit. The crystal lake sparkles nearby. The windmill turns slowly in the breeze. Every place you have visited remains exactly as peaceful as before. It feels comforting to know that Golden Hill will continue welcoming every sunrise, every gentle rain, every autumn breeze, and every quiet snowfall for many years to come. And now, as the sun climbs higher into the clear blue sky, another peaceful path appears ahead. It leads toward a quiet valley where a gentle river flows, carrying the calm spirit of Golden Hill farther across the beautiful American countryside. You smile softly and continue your journey, knowing that every step brings another moment of peace, another quiet wonder, and another reason to simply slow down and enjoy the day. The gentle path leaves the old apple orchard behind, winding through fields where the warm afternoon sun shines softly across the countryside. The air is pleasantly warm, and a light breeze carries the sweet fragrance of wildflowers, fresh hay, and pine forests. You walk without any destination in mind. Golden Hill has never asked anyone to hurry. It simply invites each traveler to notice the quiet beauty that has always been there. As the trail gently descends into the valley, the sound of flowing water grows clearer. Soon, you arrive at a peaceful river. Its water moves slowly, reflecting the bright blue sky above. Smooth stones rest beneath the clear surface, and gentle ripples sparkle like tiny pieces of glass whenever sunlight touches them. An old wooden bridge stretches across the river. Its sturdy beams have weathered many seasons, yet they remain strong and welcoming. You step onto the bridge and rest your hands upon the smooth railing. Below, the river continues its quiet journey. It never rushes. It simply flows, finding its way around every stone with patience and grace. Watching the water, you are reminded that peace often comes not from forcing life forward, but from gently moving with it. A family of ducks glides quietly downstream. Behind them, several fluffy ducklings paddle in a neat little line, never drifting far from their parents. Dragonflies skim across the water, their shimmering wings catching the sunlight before disappearing into the reeds. On the opposite bank, tall cottonwood trees sway gently in the breeze. Their leaves create a soft rustling sound, almost like gentle applause for the quiet afternoon. Beyond the bridge, the path follows the river through a wide green valley. Wildflowers bloom beside the water. Blue lupins, golden coreopsis, white Queen Anne's lace, bright yellow black-eyed Susans. Butterflies drift from blossom to blossom, while honeybees continue their peaceful work. You eventually reach a quiet bend in the river where an old stone mill stands. Long ago, it helped nearby farming families grind grain into flour. Today, its large wooden wheel turns slowly with the flowing water, making a gentle creaking sound that blends perfectly with the river's song. The building itself is covered with climbing ivy. Small birds have made nests beneath its wooden roof. Everything about the old mill feels calm, timeless, and welcoming. Nearby stands a wooden bench beneath the shade of a tall sycamore tree. You sit for a while. The afternoon sun filters gently through the leaves, creating moving patterns of light upon the ground. The river continues its endless conversation with the stones. A cool breeze brushes across your face. It carries with it the peaceful spirit of Golden Hill. As the afternoon slowly passes, the sunlight becomes softer. The long shadows of trees stretch across the valley. The golden grasses begin to glow once more, preparing for another beautiful evening. You follow the river until it gradually curves back toward the familiar hillside. There, in the distance, Golden Hill rises proudly once again. The ancient oak tree is visible upon the summit. The crystal lake sparkles nearby. The old windmill turns slowly in the breeze, just as it did through the peaceful night. Returning feels comforting. Like coming home after a gentle journey. You climb the familiar path once more. Each step brings back memories of everything the hill has shared with you. The silver moon upon the crystal lake. The quiet swing beneath the maple tree. The fragrant lavender on the ridge. The singing birds at sunrise. The peaceful apple orchard. The gentle river winding through the valley. Every place has offered its own quiet gift. Now, as evening approaches once again, the sky begins to change. The bright blue slowly softens. White clouds turn golden. The western horizon glows with warm shades of amber and rose. Golden Hill seems to smile beneath the returning sunset. You reach the summit just as the first evening breeze begins to move through the tall grasses. The ancient oak welcomes you back with its familiar whispering leaves. You settle comfortably beneath its broad branches. The hillside glows with the warm light of the setting sun, just as it did when your journey first began. Everything feels wonderfully complete. The hill has not changed. The wind has not changed. The peaceful rhythm of nature continues exactly as it always has. You realize that Golden Hill's greatest lesson is beautifully simple. Every sunrise brings hope. Every afternoon brings quiet purpose. Every sunset brings rest. And every night gently reminds us that tomorrow will come in its own perfect time. The sun slowly sinks below the distant mountains. One by one, the first evening stars begin to appear. The familiar lullaby of crickets rises once more from the meadows. The breeze grows cooler. The grasses sway gently beneath the darkening sky. Golden Hill prepares for another peaceful night, ready to welcome every traveler who comes seeking calm, comfort, and gentle dreams. And beneath the first shining stars, you close your eyes, knowing that one final peaceful chapter still awaits, a quiet farewell beneath an endless American sky. The evening has returned to Golden Hill. The last golden rays of the sun slowly disappear beyond the distant mountains, leaving behind a sky painted with soft shades of rose, lavender, and deep blue. One by one, the first stars awaken, quietly taking their places in the vast American sky. The air is cool and fresh. A gentle breeze moves through the tall prairie grass, creating waves that shimmer beneath the growing moonlight. The ancient oak tree stands peacefully beside you, its branches swaying ever so slightly, as though wishing you a quiet good evening. You settle comfortably beneath its wide canopy. The grass feels soft. The earth beneath you feels warm and steady. The peaceful heartbeat of Golden Hill seems to rise gently through the ground, reminding you that nature has its own calm rhythm, one that has never hurried and never needed to. The moon slowly climbs into the sky. Its silver light spreads across the hillside, touching every wildflower, every winding path, every quiet stream, and every stone with a gentle glow. Far below, the crystal lake reflects the stars once more. It looks like a mirror holding the entire night sky. The little wooden bridge rests quietly over the singing stream. The old windmill turns slowly in the breeze. The apple orchard sleeps peacefully beneath the moon. The river continues its endless journey through the valley, flowing as softly as a whispered lullaby. Everything you discovered during your journey remains exactly where it belongs. Nothing asks to be remembered. Nothing asks to be changed. It simply exists, quietly beautiful, waiting for each new sunrise. A family of deer walk silently across the meadow. They pause for a moment beneath the moonlight before disappearing into the shelter of the forest. An owl glides silently overhead. Somewhere in the distance, a coyote offers one gentle evening call before the valley returns to peaceful silence. Above you, the Milky Way stretches from one horizon to the other. Thousands upon thousands of stars shine with quiet patience. Many of those stars have watched over Golden Hill for countless centuries. They watched the first grasses grow. They watched the rivers carve gentle valleys. They watched generations come and go, while the hill remained exactly as it is tonight, calm, welcoming, and full of quiet wonder. You close your eyes for a moment. You can still hear the whisper of the wind through the oak leaves. You can still smell the fresh pine trees, the wildflowers, and the cool evening air. You can still feel the soft grass beneath you. Every peaceful place you visited during your journey now lives together in your memory. The crystal lake. The moonlit boat. The hidden meadow. The wooden swing. The quiet stream. The cedar bridge. The lavender field. The old windmill. The apple orchard. The gentle river. Each place offered a simple gift. A slower breath. A quieter thought. a peaceful heart. Golden Hill has never promised excitement. It has never offered riches or fame. Instead, it offers something much rarer. Stillness. And in that stillness, there is room for gratitude. Room for rest. Room for dreams. The breeze becomes even softer now. The crickets sing their gentle nighttime chorus. Fireflies drift lazily through the meadow, their tiny lights blinking like little stars that have come down to visit the earth. The moon rises higher. The stars shine brighter. The entire countryside seems wrapped in a blanket of perfect peace. If tomorrow brings new adventures, Golden Hill will greet them with another sunrise. If gentle rain falls, the grasses will drink it gladly. If autumn winds arrive, the leaves will dance without fear. If winter snow covers every path, the hill will rest quietly beneath its white blanket until spring returns once again. Golden Hill understands what nature has always known. Every season has its beauty. Every day has its purpose. Every night brings peaceful rest. As your breathing becomes slower. As your body grows heavier. Imagine the breeze carrying away every remaining worry. Imagine the stars quietly watching over you. Imagine the ancient oak standing faithfully beside you. You are safe. You are warm. You are welcome here. The night grows quieter. The moon continues its slow journey across the sky. The rivers flow gently. The forests sleep peacefully. The valleys rest beneath a blanket of silver light. And Golden Hill keeps its silent promise to every traveler who has ever found their way to its peaceful slopes. There will always be another sunrise. There will always be another gentle breeze. There will always be a quiet place where your heart can rest. So now, let your thoughts become as light as the drifting clouds. Let your breathing follow the gentle rhythm of the wind. Let the peaceful sounds of Golden Hill carry you softly into deep, comfortable sleep. May your dreams be calm. May your heart be light. May your night be filled with peace. And until another quiet journey begins. Good night. Sleep well. Golden Hill will be here, waiting peacefully beneath the endless American sky.